What's up? This is Draco.
And this is Alicia.
And you're now tuned in to OD,
Podcast.
Oh.
Period. That was a long 5 seconds.
It was a long 5 seconds. It was Red Ruby the Sleeves Chinese on these things. I'll just play now. Dang.
Anyways, what's up? Welcome back. Oh, I got that mug.
Yeah, that's the one you gave me.
Yeah. Aw. Bestie Westie. So what you got? What you don't have going on, honey?
Randomly, I've had a busy week.
That is not random.
It is random because last week I didn't have anything booked for real.
Oh.
Except a wedding, because I have a wedding to go to on Sunday in Houston, which I'm excited about because I've been to Houston a few times, but I never got to actually like hang out because most of the time it was for work. And then I rode there with my friends from Atlanta. They were moving from Atlanta to Houston, and they literally got all of us to ride with them, and they flew us back. I was like, y'all got money, baby, because they bought everybody. We flew back American.
Not impressed. I'm just playing.
But they bought like
that
8
is very
flights.
generous. Yeah, that's very generous. They probably some scammers. Let me stop.
I don't know, but I got
I
home.
don't even know who you talking about. Let me chill. I don't want to get beat up and hit in the head with a microphone.
But this is also gonna be my my first same-sex wedding. I'm so excited. Both of the people who are getting married to each other are friends of mine. Shane, I've been knowing him for long time. No, girl.
Oh,
Shane is one of my friends who I met through Gigi. He was best friends with Gigi when I used to go to New Orleans and stay with our friend Gigi.
Oh, okay, that Gigi. I'm thinking
I met Shane through him, and so we've been cool for a long time. And then Alan, I met once Shane moved to Houston, and they started like traveling together. And I met Shane. Met Alan.
You're gonna be ready to get married yourself. Weddings do that to you.
I'm coming to terms with a lot of stuff about myself. I was hoping that we can have a little conversation about something.
Let's have one
today, but yeah, I'll circle back on the marriage thing in a few years. I ain't feeling it right now. But yeah, so not only that, I got booked for Flo Milli. She got a festival to do in Kansas City on Saturday. So I'm literally going to be catching a flight from here to Kansas City, which is not direct because, of course, that's a small city. They don't have a direct flight. So I had to come to Atlanta, then go to Kansas City, then do the show. We're going to go to Kansas City, do the show, and then I have to leave and go straight to Houston from there and then come back home on Tuesday for a video shoot. And then leave right back and go back to Texas for South by Southwest on the 16th for another show. So
how long is your layover in Atlanta?
It's like 30 minutes, child. Well, like an hour and 20. Yeah.
Hope it's gonna be tight. I was about to say maybe you can ship your stuff here so you don't gotta carry it.
It's cool. I'm not carrying much. Luckily, it is hot as a MFer in Texas, so I can carry a duffel bag because I'm taking shorts and t-shirts.
Okay.
And one pair of shoes. So yeah. Like I do have my wedding outfit, but other than that, I'm wearing shorts and t-shirt.
You tell you something, traveling man beat the brakes off of you. I mean, it's like
people do not understand that, and I hate that because when I come back home, my friends be like, "Oh, you back home? Let's go out, baby."
Let me tell you.
I've been on the flight for 5 hours. I'm dehydrated, sleepy. My back hurt. I'm ready to go home.
And it's crazy because you don't even do the driving. But I went to Vegas this weekend and I took off Friday, which is the day I left, just so I can make sure I have everything I need before getting the plane. And then I took Monday off, which was technically the day I came back, but I landed at 6 a.m. So I had that whole day to sleep. Honey, on Tuesday, it wasn't enough. I needed more time. And mind you, I was only in Vegas for the weekend. But it's just it just knocks. I don't know what is it. The altitude? Is it the turbulence?
It's the altitude. The altitude literally drains you. Like being that far up really drains you. Like randomly, a lot of different things that we don't realize take a lot of our energy. I remember at one point when I was getting um, lipocavitation, which is like the what is it called?
Laser
Like
lipo.
the laser lipo.
Mhm.
Um, Afterwards, she would do me a sauna bag, which she would zip me up, turn on this hot bag, and I would just sweat for 40 minutes. That shit would make me so tired that I couldn't even, I could barely drive home. So the
Ooh,
lipocavitation make you do number two immediately. So imagine having a dookie
I
and
need
then you
that.
tired. What?
Yeah, I
Lipocavitation?
was saying I need to know. I actually don't have an issue in the bowel movement department, unlike especially you,
No.
because you know.
Uh, no, it's not. It just makes you use the bed. I feel like the vibration of it just loosens up your bowels and it cleans you out.
Yeah, because that's where your intestines are. I remember when I was little. I hope it's not TMI, but I used to have an issue, doing that. And so the doctor would literally like massage my intestines, and the rest is history.
It will work.
Yeah, right away. I swear to
Yeah,
God.
my friend Jazz, she gets wood therapy, and I was just like
Don't we
asking
all?
her. I was asking her if it was a good idea for me because I noticed that a lot of people who are like on a weight loss journey, like most of the people know that from surgery, but you don't necessarily have to benefit. I mean, have to have surgery done to benefit from wood therapy. And so I noticed that like since I'm losing more weight than my stomach, luckily I don't have any stretch marks in the area. I have all my stretch marks up here. Um, but it is a little flabby like when I move. And I'm like, will that help me like tighten my skin? So I might try it. But I know that that pressure on your intestines is going to be kind of,
Yeah, well, pamper.
you know what? I said I was going to wear a diaper on the way home from getting a colonic because I'm scared. I heard horror stories about that.
Oh, honey, I don't know, but yeah, back to the travel topic, man. I can't imagine whenever I travel. I use first of all, I used to dream of having a job where I had to travel for work, but then I
Yeah.
would travel for work not consistently, just hit like maybe once or twice a year, and I'm like, you can't even enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? When it's
No,
just you just are working. And then the sucky thing, I don't know about. I mean, in your case, I guess you technically don't work until you land, but even in corporate America you pretty much start working like for example I have to go to my Minnesota again soon, and I'm gonna be there on Monday through Wednesday, but I'm gonna have to come on Sunday. So I'm technically working because this is on y'all, for y'all to get done. And then
yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday from 8 to darn near 8, not literally, maybe like from 8 to 5. I'm doing stuff. And so when I'm done, I'm too tired to even care. I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to thankfully ain't much to see in Minneapolis. There's some things here and there, but I've been to Mall of America. I pretty much, but it's one of those things I can't even enjoy it. So whenever I have met people who travel for work, they have to go to different countries, but they can't even they haven't done anything there because they just working. But it just drains you so much. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's like it's just
Yeah.
weird because and then you think about the effort to fly. You might have a 3-hour flight, but it takes 3 hours outside of that flight to even get to the airport, get through the airport. Honey, it's too much. Anyway, so I'm glad to be back. Usher was amazing, y'all. Let me tell you something. I had great seats. Definitely didn't want to skimp on the
Yes.
seats going to another state to see a performer, but the show was sensational, phenomenal. I stayed at the Park MGM, which is connected to the venue that the show
Yes.
was
Come
at.
on, MGM.
No, this was this was the stimulus version. It went
Oh, okay.
grand, but it was
So
straight, but
that,
it wasn't like ooh.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
I literally the show was in the lobby, like it was like the entrance to the venue. But the show was amazing. It was
Yes.
2 hours long. Usher got hit. Imagine every song you ever dropped being a hit.
Yeah, nah.
The
They be
the
trying to play
boys could
Usher for
never.
real though. Yeah,
No,
when it
I
comes
feel
to
like
the
people do
R&B,
not bring him up enough. I
they
mean, people bring
don't.
him up, but this man is a Grammy Award winner. Like he is really him. It's crazy. And I know people tend to only speak on what they're most familiar with or what's more current, but it really annoys me with the Chris Brown versus Usher conversations when Usher literally paved the way for him. I know I've said this on the show before, like when the versus thing came up, but Usher is not to me mess with. One thing I will say is Chris Brown, I do think he's a slightly better dancer, but that's nothing in comparison to the quality of music that Usher has put out. He
And
just is
that's the
that dude.
difference. And that's the difference. And don't
Yes.
get me wrong, I feel like Chris Brown does have a lot of hits. Like he has
Yeah.
amazing music
And
over the
different
years.
styles. Like don't
Different
get it
styles,
twisted.
very
Yeah.
creative. But I do feel like the what when people say they just missed 90s R&B, it was just the subject and the way that the song was composed and written, and it's a feeling because it's a lot of people who
And
in
they
the
only talking
90s.
about Jodeci and Boys to Men for real.
Yeah, because I have this conversation a lot with people, not to pit somebody against somebody else, but I always have conversations with people about R&B because they like, oh, I don't like Summer Walker because she don't sing for real. She whispers, she does blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, cool, understandable, but people be forgetting that we had people who weren't vocalists that made amazing music in the 90s and the 2000s. Because for me, and this is just
Keith Sweat.
myself, people like Mary J. Blige, you're not listening to her to hear vocals. She can
Come
sing.
on, Shaka Khan.
Please don't get me wrong, she can sing. But I'm saying her songs just hit a certain way. Like
Yeah.
maybe they need to tap into them writers or something if they still around.
And that's why I don't understand. I don't really like the rap. I mean, the writer conversation. I didn't even mean to say rap because it really mostly comes up with rappers. But it's like it's certain songs you could give to Usher, Trey Songz, I don't know, Bobby Valentino, and it's just not gonna be the same. You just have to have that thing.
Yeah. You gotta have and Angela Bassett did the thing. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, I had to get it.
Angela
I had to get
Bassett
that
did
out.
the thing.
Yeah. But shout out to Usher. And
Yeah,
Usher be
man, I
going
had an
off on the
amazing
skate
time.
too, man.
Listen, killed it on the skates. And I mean, literally nonstop outfit changes, everything. And it was only one segment that he wasn't on stage. And that's when they were, you know how they introduced the dancers and the band and all that. I'm sure that's when he go back
Yeah.
and drink his smart water. But it was just an amazing show, man. I was just so grateful to even be there in the room. And mind you, I don't see Usher perform a million times. I don't see him in person. It's just, but a
I was
dedicated show.
literally thinking about that when you was out there. I swear to God, I was like, bro, I remember when Alicia met Usher in front of the radio station.
Yes.
When
Oh
he
my
had the broke
God.
arm.
Yes, you remember the story on how he did have a broke arm, and
He
it
had
was
a
the
broke
day
arm.
before 8701 came out, so it was at 8601. That's the date it was. But
Oh
that's so crazy. I
wow.
forgot about the sling on his arm, and I remember him just
Yeah.
waving at me, and I was like, I was like
I
14
remember
years
that.
old.
And we were so young, but we would like just to know how like starstruck I was back then, just even hearing a story like that, like, oh
And
my God.
Usher was just a different level, man. It was not.
Yeah.
It wasn't like seeing a lot of the local people. It's just, even as a kid, Usher was always my favorite singer. Like it's just one of those things. He just is fire, man. And I remember
It's
that.
also it's also we hold on to Usher too like that because we were like in our deep R&B high school bag when Confessions came out. That album
Ooh,
really like that Confessions album was literally the soundtrack to me and BB's ninth grade year. Like we used
I
to
literally remember
BB used to
exactly where I
love
was when I first heard that album. I was in
me
the gym
too.
at there.
Me too. I remember BB used to love that album so much that she had a Nokia phone. She would record. She put the phone to the radio to record the song and would listen to it from the bottom of the speaker
Oh my
on the
god.
bus. And it wouldn't even be the whole
Oh
song.
yeah,
So
that
she
was
would have
before
to.
we could have MP3s for real. You had to pay for them, I
Yes.
think.
So
Oh my goodness.
she literally was like chopping it up because the phone only record like a minute.
Oh
So she
my
would have to like
god.
have pieces of the
And
song
that
and the
was
thing.
sufficient at the time. Can you imagine that? We had to do
We did
ringtones like
not.
that too.
We were not bothered by that. Like just to
Mm.
do that, and then we had handheld. I remember I had my handheld CD player on the bus every day. That was before MP3 players came out for real.
And now, do you
That's
remember
crazy.
Clip Its, or remember the little clips? It would just be a snippet of the
Hit clips.
song. Hit clips.
I have
Ain't
hit
that
clips.
crazy? And it was never a full song.
No, I literally have all that stuff from when we were kids. I don't know. I know this is very. I don't consider myself a '90s baby because I was born in '89, but I mean I was born in the last 6-7 months of the year, so technically I am a '90s baby.
I
But
claim 80s just because I was born. I don't care how old it made me sound.
yeah, I'm like we were born in the same year, same the last year at the '80s though, so we don't count for real. But every toy from a child that I wanted or that I had, I kept and I have it in my apartment now. So I have like a Talk Boy, Hit Clips, a Gigapet, Tamagotchi, all type of stuff. I love that.
All I ever had was the Nano, but it was the talking Nano puppet. It was the more expensive one, and it
Yeah,
was
let
like
me tell you
$40.
something. I was just that person. Like I feel like the Gigapets were like
That was the
the
OG of it.
standard one. That was like the
Hmm.
standard one, but it the Nano Babies. I remember they had the talking Nano Baby, and it was so big. I kind of
Yeah, it
wanted that
was
just
big,
just
and it's
that,
crazy
but
because
it
not
looked
a lot of people had it because it was more expensive. But I
and
just
it was
wanted to.
girly, so that's why I
Yeah,
couldn't get one.
I
It
still
was
got
very
it. It's
girly.
somewhere in this house. I used to whoop mine. I can't believe that was an option. I killed it because I abused it too much.
I got 2 gigapets in here in a Tamagotchi somewhere around here.
Oh yeah, so anyway, sorry, I know we got a little off topic and I just when I was walking around I was trying to find my remote to turn the TV down so it wasn't in the background of the of
Oh,
the audio. But yeah, so I've said this before when I went to Vegas, but I'm not a Vegas person. Y'all know I don't drink, smoke, party, none of that. And Vegas is really good for that. However, I will say that there are a lot of things for sober, chill people in Vegas. You got a lot of nature. I went to the Hoover Darn. I went to the I went to the Seven Magic Mountains. Obviously, it's not super far from the Grand Canyon, Red Rock Canyon, all those things. And I also went to the movies to see Creed 3. But it was just a good time. And being out west, man, it's just a vibe because we don't have that kind of mountain. Like our mountains out here is really hills with trees. But
yeah.
this is like real mountains that you can't really even walk on. It's just like a vibe. And when you driving through it, it's like unreal. So and I one thing
People
about
people that
travel,
have never been to the West Coast, like LA or Vegas, they don't understand that.
bruh, it's crazy. And then obviously when you go out there, even when you land the plane, that's all you see. It's like you on a different planet. And I just really love that. And stuff like that is what always sparks my continuous travel because it's like I gotta see more. Like this is in the United States. That's why I hate when the on TikTok the UK people really be hating on the US or whatever. And I don't they
The
might not want to
haters.
call it hating on, but they talk about especially how a lot of Americans don't have passports. But the United States is huge, and every state literally is its own country in a sense. Everybody got different
Yes.
accents. It's different things to see. It's just and much larger than London, or England. So it's just crazy when they say stuff like that. But they are the only other countries we have connected to us are Canada and Mexico, which we also go to. You know what I'm saying? And you can cruise to them without even having a passport. But obviously, when you live in Europe, all these countries are so small, just like how a state is you can hop and do different things. And so, of course, you need a passport. But in reality, in the US, you can just hop in a car or hop
Yeah.
on a plane. It don't even
Drive.
matter. Now, my only issue is that it costs so much for us to travel within the United States. Like, I've seen flights for domestic stays. I'm like, honey, I might as well go to Greece. So I might as well do
Oh,
this
that's
instead.
always my thing because it's a lot of places in the United States that I haven't been that I would want to go just to go. But
It's like,
for
child.
Like Denver is on my list at the
Is it
top. Like
expensive from LA?
it's expensive from anywhere to
Hmm.
fly to Colorado.
Flights are really high too right now. I used some points on my trip, so
Yeah.
okay, well, let's
Um,
get into the episode. What you got for
Black
Black
business
Biz of
of
the
the week.
Week? Yeah.
Okay, so as you all know that we are in a recession. Dun, dun, dun,
Are
dun.
we?
Child,
It's not
what is it?
official.
It's not an official recession, but what is it?
We're just experiencing a period of inflation. I mean, unemployment is still fairly low. Cost of living is more expensive, but there's no lack of spending, so it's not really enough to call it the inflation. But I won't steal your thunder,
You stole it.
President.
Anyway, anyway, that has caused me, especially living in California, because since everything is so freaking expensive here, that has really caused me to pull out my pots and use them. Okay, so
That's what 2020 did for me when the pandemic hit. I was cooking every day. I needed a darn
oh
two
yeah,
dishwashers.
I'm back on it even harder because in the pandemic we was getting some good money, so I was like, okay, every now and again I can go get me a little crab leg and dip her,
I
but
literally
right
bought some
now.
crab legs today to cook.
Yeah. So I love following pages of people who cook and give recipes because the thing is I don't have time to kind of literally sit here and brainstorm on meals because I get really bored with food. So I need to constantly change what I'm eating and try new stuff. And so there is a page on Instagram called Orchids and Sweet Tea. I'm sorry, and the um, owner of the page, her name is Shanika Graham White. She creates some of the
She
most.
white? Oh, obviously she
She's
wouldn't
black.
be. Okay, okay. I'm gonna
Her
show you.
Shanika Graham White is her name.
I see it.
Yeah, so she makes some. So her style reminds me of my friend Whitney Afrohemian. Like that's her style, but she incorporates meat and protein into her food. Whitney is vegan, so obviously, her food isn't gonna. Anyway, that ain't got nothing to do with her. But I love the style of food that she cooks because it's very me. For one, it's like borderline healthy, borderline out of this world. Like she comes up with all type of different recipes that I love. Like I seen her cook some salmon tacos, and she put like grilled sweet potatoes in it, and made her
Mmm.
own like sauce, and
Sweet potatoes don't
like
get the credit they deserve, bruh.
they really
Ooh.
don't. They
Mm.
really don't. Even from me, because I feel like I should cook with them more because I love them. But shout outs to her though. She posts a lot of like cocktails and mocktails that she make from home, and I just really enjoy her food. Like I literally go to her page
I'm
and
finna follow
I will
her.
scroll for hours and
The way
hours.
she photographs her food is so
That's what I'm saying.
beautiful.
That alone, her aesthetic is everything. That's what drew
Yeah.
me in. But
Ooh,
like,
what
just
is this?
just
Oh my
listen.
god.
If y'all follow her, y'all gonna have the same
I don't
reaction. I
normally follow
promise.
pages, but I'm gonna have to. Ooh, this right here. I'm about to make this tomorrow.
You see what I'm saying?
After my crab
It's
legs,
like
of course.
hearty, healthy food.
Yeah,
Like
I
it's
need
not
that because I
super
don't gain
duper
about six
healthy looking.
pounds.
I love her stuff. I
All my
literally come.
free birthday meals don't make me relapse. It might well have been Thanksgiving.
Sound like you need to go get a colonic, get it all out, boo.
I'm
But
finna go to Mexico and get a
yeah.
tummy
So
tuck.
if you have, she does have an actual cookbook. She
Okay.
has I don't know if she has like recipes online that you can buy individually. But yeah, check her out. Her Instagram is orchids and sweet tea with an underscore. We're gonna have it in episode notes.
You know it. Bless you.
Sorry.
The
My
seasoning don't
nose.
got you caught up.
I
So caught up.
know. You know what's so crazy? I'm like, I still have some of the worst sinuses on the planet, but I will say that I'm very grateful that we don't have pollen in
Ooh,
California.
child, it came early this year, honey. It was February 27th, and it was outside. I went to the car wash, and my car was reverted on the drive home, and I live like 3 minutes from the car wash. I said, "Now what did I just pay for?" And when you open the door and get inside the car, might as well just left it how it was, child.
Now this is gonna sound so disgusting, but hey, downtown LA has a lot of smog. And I don't know if you've experienced smog, but
Not really.
smog looks like black pollen.
Mm-mm.
So it's literally like the same consistency of pollen. It's essentially dirt and smoke just in the air.
Yeah, that
But
has to be
luckily,
bad for your health.
yes, like it definitely is, and that's why I'm glad that it rained for the last 2 3 weeks because the sky is clear. Like it's no smog. My car isn't dirty. It
Now,
hasn't been dirty.
is that from emissions? What is that from?
Where does that smog come from? I
Hmm.
don't know. And I feel like it's everywhere in LA, but of course, like if you're in a valley where it's more trees and mountains and stuff like that, it's gonna be less of it. But I think it's just because of the cars, the vehicles, the air quality, because of the forest fires and stuff like that. All of
Yeah,
that
so it's
combined, and
pollution.
yeah, it's just really bad pollution, and it's the fact that we don't have trees and like good ventilation downtown LA.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
it's been very the air has been very clear. Like you can see it's bad. It be so bad. Like it's so dirty. It's. I don't know if I said this before, but I've been considering moving. Like I want to keep this space just for my office, but I've been entertaining the idea of looking for a new apartment because I just need to feel like I live in California. I don't see no
Mm.
mountains, no trees. Um, the parking sucks by my house. Like I really just want to live like in a very neighborhoody area or even like North Hollywood or something where it's like more in the city where I can see palm trees and I can actually
Yeah.
feel like I'm in LA.
Yeah.
Downtown, I'm in LA and I'm close to everything, and it doesn't take me long to get anywhere unless I'm in traffic or I'm going to the valley or somewhere out. But that's just one thing that I hate. That I feel like low key, I'm in New York until I hit the highway. Then I'm like, oh damn, I
Oh
do live
yeah.
in
It's like,
LA.
dang, what's the point? How is West Hollywood? Is that shady?
So West Hollywood is very West Hollywood is what we would consider Midtown in
Mm.
Atlanta. Um,
Okay.
it's
Somebody I know
very.
lives there.
I'm sure they're gay. No shade.
No. Well,
They're
not
not.
openly.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So West Hollywood is a very gay, um, driven area. Like a lot of LGBT, um, like sex shops and
Mm.
uh,
Okay. Thank you.
testing centers. No, no, no. It's a beautiful place though. It's very clean.
Yeah.
It's very it's a lot of clubs over there too. So that's it. Like just that part of West Hollywood is considered
I
the gay
I
area.
know somebody who moved from Atlanta to there. I don't know if it. I mean, in their rent is more than what you pay. So I'm just curious. I was just like,
Oh
okay,
yeah, for sure. Like it's a nice area. West
okay,
Hollywood is a very beautiful area. Is that's If you ever see me going out, I'm in West Hollywood.
oh,
Whether it's a
cool.
gay or
Well, I don't have
straight.
nothing wrong with gay. Let me clear. I don't want anybody to
No, no, no,
misinterpret. I
no.
just when you start saying testing centers and stuff, I just think of people outside like using drugs, like they was in Vegas.
Oh, no, 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 no. You will more so see that in downtown LA.
Oh, where you at? Let me tell you
Yeah.
something. The crack pipes was blocking. I had to say, "Excuse me." Like, sir, I know you trying to get up there, but I got to get on the little escalator to go on the little bridge on Vegas Strip.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, the
yeah,
crack
yeah.
was cracking, and I don't seen drug users before, but I don't know if I ever smelt it with them. Like,
Yeah, so because on the West Coast they promote free lifestyles across the board. I think
hmm
that in the South and on the East Coast we shame drug usage so much, and it's just
Meanwhile, the
so.
shamers be using it too. Not me though.
Yeah, and it's so illegal that out here it's the total opposite. Like they're able to actually use these drugs. Like I've literally watched an ambulance come and revive somebody and then just left.
Oh my god,
Like,
it's like
you
with
know
the
what I'm
NASCAR
saying?
when they fix the tire. They're like, "All right, gotta go."
Yep. It's like, all right, cool, you good? Get you some water, bye. You know what I'm saying? So that was a shock to me when I first moved here because um just walking to the CVS by my apartment, child, I see four people smoking rocks or something like with a hot spoon, with aluminum foil, a crack pipe. Something is being done. Even shooting up heroin, like they have needles in their arm and stuff. Like I see this stuff so often.
That's
Like
actually kind of. I mean, I don't like it because it's just not associated to productivity. But anyhow, I don't
yeah,
want to be.
in
Stay out
in
that
in,
powder.
in California, drug usage is so normal. Like it's unreal. And it took me a minute to get used to it just because like I said, I've always been around people who shame it. And I was a person that shamed it for a long time. But being here and just being amongst it, I noticed that like that's just the culture of California. No shade. Like we grow up and our parents are worried about us gang banging and smoking weed. Granted, that's still a thing out here too. Like their parents probably worrying about them gang banging, but at an earlier age. They're also using hard drugs in middle school. We wasn't
Mm.
even thinking about no
Well, we knew about it,
pill.
but we also were born off the crack epidemic too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that
So
played a
what
part.
epidemic was they pouring off of out here? Because they be on all that stuff at 12.
Well, you know what? The crack epidemic was right there where you at. So what am I even talking about? What?
Yeah, like,
Y'all kicked it
but they
off.
be on and I'm like, wait a minute, you were geeked up like that at 14? They're like, yes, oh my God, it was crazy.
And
I'm
how
like,
are they today? Are they productive today? I just don't understand how that
some
can.
people are normal, but for me, whenever I think, okay, so how I look at drugs outside of weed, I feel like once I smoke weed, when I don't smoke weed no more, I'm back to normal. Like when I'm not high anymore. I feel like those other drugs, you're literally burning like chemicals, so it fucks up
Mhm.
your chemical imbalance in your brain. Especially if you
Oh, it
use it a
does.
lot.
We just was talking about it last week or last episode.
Yeah, like I
Mm.
feel, and that's why I won't even try it because I get like, it's common to be at like a festival or at a party, especially out here, and people like, I know you don't do this, but try it. It's just a pill. It's just da da da, and people get hooked on it like that. I don't do that. I
Yeah.
don't do that. And I
I'm hooked
just
on
refuse
water.
to.
Let's get into the episode though.
Same,
You
boo.
said you period. You said there was something you wanted to talk about. Was it about the wedding or what was it that you were saying?
No, so I just wanted to talk about speaking up for yourself
Mm.
and how important it is, and just how it has really changed my life, and just how I see, the difference in standing up for yourself. Now, for me, I grew up with a mom that was very like, and this is why I think this is why I'm the way I am today, because I required that from people just because I need to know for myself. My mom would tell me stuff and she would tell me why. So it will always be don't do this and this is the reason why. Opposed to you saying, don't do this, that's bad. No.
Or because I
Explain.
said so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I don't do that because I said so. She would say, like, you shouldn't do this, and this is the reason why. And I would be like, you're so right. I don't need to do that. And
Mhm.
so um we had a good relationship. She didn't really have to yell at me a lot because she would explain to me things, and she realized that that's how I learned, and just that I retained it. But she would use that against me sometimes and tell me stuff about sex just because I was and would scare me out of it so I wouldn't have sex because I
Oh,
was
that's
scared to
what
have sex
that's
with
one thing I did get an explanation for.
her. Yeah, I got scared out of having sex. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what she did. It wasn't nothing like crazy where she would go to jail, but y'all would be like, "That's crazy
I
that
don't
she
even wanna
told
know.
you." It ain't bad. I just can't say it on air.
I get it. It's like
But
when I couldn't talk on the phone that day.
yeah. so So after that, right? After, I know I talk about me and going to jail a lot, and that just was a big part of my life because that's when my life turned around. But when I got out of jail, I needed so much help from people, and I needed, I was just so lost that I would just kind of take what I can give, or take what I can get from people, even if it came with being talked about or yelled at, or being in situations that I really wasn't comfortable in. I just took it because this person is offering me help, and honestly, this is all I have. And
Mhm.
so that became a habit for me over time. I always feel like if somebody is doing something for me, or if somebody has done something for me, then I can't really like come at them a certain way, or at least like
It's like they have something
um
over you, like, "Oh, but if I say
yeah,
something, they
like
gon"
I can't really
Mm,
do too much or say too much to them
'cause we
because
need
they've
this.
done something for me.
Okay.
And
Yeah, I understand
so
that.
me living in California, and even with that, people notice that around me, like people that I hang out with, and they've been generous enough to even step in sometimes when they feel like I'm being too soft or I'm not being soft enough, and it's just a mental thing for me, like, oh, I have a mouth and I know how to use it, and I would definitely speak up for myself. But in this situation, I think that I have some type of restraint because I feel like they've been a certain person or been at a certain stage in my life where I can't talk back to them for real, or I don't want to offend them because they've done so much stuff for me. And so me living here, I don't really know too many people, and I'm literally building up my circle and just my friendships and things like that. And it has really forced me to just open my mouth because it's like, first of all, you don't know nobody here. Nobody here is here gonna hold your
So you
hand and walk
gotta
you
look out
through
for
it.
yourself.
So it's like I have to kind of like be aggressive.
Be
And
aggressive.
I will say that it has been feeling real good. um, I'm not rude, so I know how to use my words in a way where it's like you get what I'm saying, but I'm not trying to be rude. But it has
Yeah,
really
you
been a
can be
learning
firm.
process.
It's like very matter of fact.
Yeah, it's just been a process. Like I need to be stern on this and this and this, and it's like even with my work, since I'm not signed to an agency, and I don't know if I've said this before either, but I am really started starting to realize that I just don't like working in the music industry anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
I
But
love the
would
music.
you look at the
I love
industry as one of those things where you accepted something because you needed it?
because the thing about the music industry is that I'm essentially a freelancer
Mhm.
still to this day, and I've been working in the music industry for so long. So with that being said, I don't have a consistent schedule or like a consistent roster of people who I'm working with all the time. It's almost like gig by gig based, unless um they like me, which they usually do, and they keep me and use me frequently. And so the problem with that is that once that artist or that person doesn't want to work with me no more, or their label's like, okay, we want a new look, let's get a new team. I'm out of work. So when I do have work, I try to like walk on eggshells because I need to keep this fucking job. That's
Yeah,
how
I
I look
get
at
it.
it. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
need to keep this situation that I have going on. And so I kind of walk on eggshells and I don't speak up for myself when indeed I know that this ain't right. I need to say something. And sometimes I will say something, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't want to rub this person the wrong way. And they're like, oh, we'll find somebody else to do it.
It's like,
You know what
dang,
I'm
why
saying?
that's
Like
not what I want. I want you to I wanna
I don't
like, why
want
don't you
that.
just ask me to try to look that y'all are looking for? But for them, it's like, no, we're gonna tell you
But,
what we
but
want.
it ain't even that. It don't even be that all the time. It'll be a case where it can be about the money, the budget. Like I feel as if like for the most part, people who know me and they know my work and they know how long I've been doing this, they kind of think like, oh, Draco, you probably get paid on this scale. And to most I do because like
Mhm.
I listen to what people get paid. I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I ain't doing so bad. Because like I be in my head,
That be me
I'm
for
like,
people that's other people that's in corporate America. I'm like, nah, I ain't gonna tell you that's wrong, but ask for something
okay,
else.
I don't do that. And I be saying that, so I be like, "That's what you feel comfortable charging. That's cool." But me,
Yeah.
I don't got
And
it.
them
Like
be
I ain't doing
internal
that.
thoughts. I just be like, oh, okay. Because everybody's perception of getting paid well is one thing. We all have different experience as well. So I just be like, oh,
Yeah,
okay, I guess I should stop
but
complaining.
and that messes up my perception on the music industry. And I really get that. The if I had some stability or like a consistent job within the music industry, I probably would feel different. But
Hmm.
since the fact that you just never really know because for the most part, I'm never under any contracts because I don't have a team for real. I'm not signed to an agency. I'm not. I have management, but he doesn't require. They don't require like contracts and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. So if I were to switch over to like TV and film or working with like those type of people, I can get in the union. When I don't have work, they give you unemployment. They help you find
Mm.
other jobs. You get paid a certain rate that is above most. So it's just me realizing that okay, I'm just not really set up how I need to be set up, and that's the issue. So now I'm trying to go that route. But me realizing that also has kind of like lifted some of that like guilt of not being able to say what I want to those people in the music spaces because now it's just like I'm not moving for that price.
Yeah. And that's, but you know
At
what?
this point, you
Unfortunately, they
want me.
probably,
You reached out to me. You reached out to me. You want my look. You like my look. Then you have to pay what I'm charging because at the end of the day, it has to make sense for me. Like I'm not gonna feel comfortable knowing that I'm going to a job and doing all this work and I'm getting underpaid. That's just not
yeah.
how
And they are
that's
low
not cool.
key hoping to use their authority for you to take whatever so they can get what they want. It's kind of like, well, I see a lot of content creators talk about this. Like brands will send you a free product in exchange for labor. You want a creative director, you want an actor, you want all these different things, and you want to give me a darn free rubber shoe kit so you could sell my product. And you obviously saw value in my reach or what I'm able to do for you. So why wouldn't you pay me that? But somebody who's a new creator who really want to just get themselves out there, they'll take it and they'll do it. And now they light bill company is talking about, hey, we can't take rubber shoes.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And it takes so much time. And I think that people need to understand, like, baby, I'm literally paying my phone bill because this phone is how I create my content.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
obviously, I'm gonna need money. I'm gonna need something because, like, that's the part that I'm going through now. But I'm new to um the influencer world. I still ain't stepped in it all the way, but I've been getting like PR packages stacked up just so I can make review videos and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Where your unboxing videos at?
I don't got none.
Oh,
I don't got nothing. But we're gonna do that for YouTube because I need to get some money from that. I don't want to not get paid for that.
for
Instagram
sure.
been skimping with the payouts, but I just really been sitting back and just learning my worth, just like evaluating myself, um, taking constructive criticism from people who I trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like people who I feel like I can really benefit from their way of thinking, and I feel like they have my best interest. Um, yeah, but other than that, like I just really been happy that I've been stepping into that. Like just knowing, I don't know what I think it's me losing weight. It's not
You in
clouding
your
my
skinny
brain no more.
era.
I'm in my skinny girl era, and it's I
I
don't
mean, it can
melt it.
lead to confidence. So you start feeling like, I
Yeah,
wear a small.
yeah, exactly. I don't melted the fat from over my eyelids, so
No,
now I
you
know
look
I
real
can see.
small.
Yeah, it's real crazy actually, because I don't. And it's so crazy because I don't eat healthy. I do, but I don't. Like I eat decent, but it's just from me working out. Like I just am so active. I walk
Yeah.
up that mountain so easily, and I
How
go
you
to the
think
gym
Tiana Taylor
often.
got that body? She don't even work out. She just be dancing.
Word on the curve, she got a little skinny lipo, but that ain't for me.
And get what?
Or
I ain't even mad at it because she always been skinny anyway. The lady don't have two
yeah,
kids.
yeah, um, yeah, child.
But I can understand what you're saying. I think I want definitely become, especially like in my late 20s, I definitely got bigger and speaking up for myself and defending myself. Normally, if something made me uncomfortable or a certain situation, I would just like get quiet or ignore it and wait for it to just pass by. But you have to set boundaries with people. I don't care how old they are or what position they hold, because people will take advantage. People do not care about you having a good heart. Actually, they prefer it so they can step on it. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
feel, and I'm realizing that me having a good heart and doing the right thing doesn't always work. It don't
Yeah,
get me
they
pregnant.
want you to have they want you to have a good heart and be mean and be bossy and be fun and be cool. When being a decent human being should be enough, but honestly, truly, I know people try to assume most people have positive intent. I think that might be fair in many cases, but most people have ulterior motives. They like seek out people that are not going to give them any pushback, and then they'll just keep going and going and going and play victim when you finally set those boundaries or act confused. That's why it's important as soon as possible to say something. It might suck, but you do feel a sense of relief when people like, okay, I understand. I ain't tripping. I used to feel this gonna sound so silly, but I used to feel like that about drinking. Like when people would be drinking, I ain't want to drink, and I used to be like, oh, they going private. You know what I'm saying? I just didn't ever want to hear people's pushback, and they be like, okay, I respect it. Yeah, you do, punk. I'm just playing. But
Uh-uh.
no, little stuff like that. I'm like, this is me and this is what it is. That's fine. It don't have no impact on how we are as friends. If you want somebody looking to turn up, then I'm not the friend for you. But you just gotta be who you are, and people have to accept it. There's no reason why you should accept them and then conform to them is without having to be your actual stuff. Because then you're just gonna be resentful and you're gonna pop off on them out the blue one day, and everybody gonna be shocked.
Yeah, I feel like you've always been like that though, because like I can even remember in elementary school, if somebody even breathed at you wrong, you chomping them off.
But you know what though? I agree. I definitely think I've always been that way. But I feel like there will be some people who I may have wanted to be around, and I would be a little bit more lenient.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Cause
feel that.
Yeah, and I've even been like that in relationships. Like I feel like I'm the most vulnerable in relationships. Don't really know why. Probably my daddy issues, but I would be more open with them, or be more. And I would still have strict boundaries, but I would give a chance. And I'm like, okay, the first you get two chances out of me. You don't get no third. But usually with other people, I stop the first issue at the door. All right, you good. But in those relationships in the past, now I've changed a lot from there. I'm absolutely zero nonsense from day one. But I'll be like, okay, well, he's a good guy, so I'll let this pass because it's not a lot of good guys. Or he don't cheat, or
Yeah,
he don't do this, so let me look past this because I really want, it's just like little things that you want for yourself, but the pickings is so slim, you start to convince yourself that the certain red flags aren't as bad because of this or because of that.
yeah, I feel like I go through that now. Um, I feel like the pickings in LA alone are so slim
Hmm.
that it's almost like hard to even find somebody that will genuinely have a conversation with you at the least, because everybody is out here for a reason. I
Yeah.
feel like LA is one of those cities where, like, of course people come here and they're like, oh my God, I could never live there because everybody's so fake, everybody's so this, everybody's so that. But it's also the city that make people dreams come true. So when they come here with motives,
They
including
ruthless. They don't
myself.
care about you because they got to get what they looking for.
Baby, they come in. First of all, California, the rent costs an arm, a leg, and two toes. So they're coming into these rooms and they're coming into these spaces with a motive. Obviously, you may not align with what they got going on. This person is trying to be a background dancer for so and so, and you are a chef for a basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like you have nothing for real. Like to you don't really have much for me. So it's not like you know what I'm saying. I can't align myself with you. I mean, maybe we can be cool, but as of now, I just got here and I'm trying to work and I'm trying to get money. So that's not. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
So
I
I get
also
it.
think that when people have extreme intentions or motives or even some level of success, they don't even really attach easily. And you'll get your own feelings hurt getting caught up with this person and not even getting what you expecting back from them. And it's like, well, dang, like I'm doing this right, I'm doing that right. Now you gaslighting yourself just off of expectations. And that's another thing too. I always have to have no expectations from people because that's really how you get your feelings hurt. But sometimes people, and I've found myself in a few situations kind of being performative, trying to prove like, look, I do this, I'm do this, I'm a catch, I'm blah, 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 blah. Why won't you
Yeah,
act right? Now granted, I've only really truly had one relationship of that because I learned my lesson the first time around. But a lot of people do it because they don't want to be single and they don't want to start over. They just want that person they with to just act right.
yeah. That's actually one of my red flags when people like buck themselves up. Like if I ever hear somebody around me say, because I'm humble, I look at them like,
Oh Lord. Yeah. What
so
does
you
that
ain't
even
humble.
mean?
I'm humble. I'm just something. I'm a
But you know
good
what
catch.
though? People,
And I
this gonna
get it.
sound
Be confident in who you are. Be confident in who you are. But that's always a red flag with me because usually those people are the
why you
worst fucking
emphasizing
people.
on yeah, and what does that even mean? And matter of
Yeah.
fact, you bragging about that is actually the opposite of humble. But I
Hello.
but I have seen people and I've known people or been around people who will be like, "Oh yeah, I'm a good girlfriend or I'm a good boyfriend," but be cheating like they taking a final exam. And it's like
Yeah.
but they be like, "Oh, because I'm fun or because," and then whatever. People, whatever your expectations for relationships is fine, but it's just very clear that people have different rules and preferences. So it's like you got to stick to what's important to you because you'll be out here stressed out and pissed off.
See, sorry, I'm a little throw it off. The dog is barking again. I don't know if you can hear
I
it.
can't. That's crazy though. That'll piss me off. I'm not gonna lie. I get your runoffs probably won't do nothing, but honey, it's gotta be some kind of noise ordinance. Huskies are
What?
the most annoying dogs known to mankind. They cute.
Yeah. No, I'm
Oh, I
over it.
hear it. That mean the listeners gonna hear it too, because if it picked up in my
Yeah,
headphones.
like it's happening live in action. After,
Yeah, you need to
like
get up
this
out. You
is
need to go to
the
What's it? Hampton Hills, Baldwin Hills.
I don't want to go south. I feel like going. You know what's so crazy? Recently, I've been going South LA, and like it's a beautiful place. I feel like you feel like you're in LA when you're in South LA because it's so like it's like like what you see on TV, like the way the trees are, the houses. And when I tell you, I laugh all the time when people say like, "Oh, this is the hood," because these people got new grass. The grass is perfect. Porch is nice. House is so nice. You got nice trees, flowers growing. You literally have an orange or a lemon tree in your yard. Like
Mm,
that's
that's
normal
fine.
to have that. And these people be trying to convince me that that's the fucking hood. I'm like, y'all must never seen the bluff or um even
But you
like
know what though?
Hamilton
Another thing, Atlanta
Road.
hoods actually are nicer than a lot of other hoods too. And you know what? A
They
part of
are, but they still be janky
no, you're
compared to
right. I
this.
think the reason why they look so nice though is because there was a time when we were not allowed to live here and the white people moved out and then, we
Yeah.
came in. So I'm just saying like obviously that's why it looks a little bit nicer. But when you see certain hoods, like you go to darn a random Little Rock, Arkansas or something like that, you be like, oh honey,
When you live South LA, people be forgetting you even live here. So I'm like, I don't
that's
think I'm going
crazy.
there. So I need to
Mm.
go north. I need to go north or I need
Does
to
it have to
stay.
be LA? I know we talked about this before, but are there any like any cities surrounding LA that are close? Like, for me, I love Smyrna. Smyrna is like across the street from Atlanta.
So LA County is probably the biggest county in the world. I
Okay,
mean in the
got you.
United States, to be honest. Um, it's so big. It covers a lot of area. You can literally drive to. You can drive an hour and 10 minutes away, and you can still be in LA County,
Yeah, that's you know
no
what
matter
though.
what
Fulton
direction.
County low key like that. Fulton County is tall. I mean, it's not like LA County, but I get what
Yeah,
you're saying because you can be in Fairburn, Georgia, and you could be in Roswell or Alpharetta, and you still
yeah.
in Fulton County.
So this would be equivalent to like you living. in Midtown or
Mhm.
down or mid, yeah, like Midtown, and then I'm moving to Conyers, and it's still Atlanta.
Ooh, child. Did you know Conyers is the only city in its county, in Rockdale County?
T. I
That's
never knew
crazy.
that.
I just realized that like a couple of weeks ago because I was looking up somebody's mugshot.
But that's damn. But that's still Atlanta. Like that would be still
Yeah,
Atlanta.
I know
Like your
exactly
address
what you
says
mean.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah.
And yeah, no. I don't know. Like maybe down the line, but right now I'm in like a hustle phase. So I have to live for convenience. This is very convenient for me. Um it's very cheap compared to what everybody else is paying, like very cheap.
Yeah, I've
Um
seen. Well, now if you move, and you said you would keep your apartment, would you rent it out? Like, what would you do with it to
So
offset that cost?
I would do like a peer space. I would literally turn this into a makeup studio and a photography studio.
Hmm.
I would just have it here set up for like stylists and makeup artists, hairstylists, people to do content because a lot of people use these studios downtown and they source out online like peer space. So I would get it, make it really nice and do that. Like a lot of like Des Dior when I did a shoot with her for a magazine cover, it was down here.
Okay.
Megan Thee Stallion, I did a shoot with her. It was down here in one of these little studios.
I
So
want a
it's like,
loft for that same reason, but lofts cost just as much as a house, child. Mm.
yeah. So I know that I probably can't own this because it's like the way the building is, but I'm like, I don't want to get rid of it because I could make so much money off of this.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you can, I mean, owning it don't even really matter for real if you can make money off of it. Like my motto
Yeah.
is if I can make about $200-300 and recover. I mean, so let's say you paid $3,000, right? If you make
Hmm.
3,600, you made a profit because you ain't lose no
Yeah.
money.
And see, my building is very like it's a live workspace, so you can literally do whatever you want to do. People run on top of businesses out of here,
Yeah,
and
you
then
should definitely do that.
people even use these as storages, like for their like say for instance, if you have a clothing company or like you sell
Oh, like a
purses
little
or something,
warehouse.
they use this as a warehouse.
Do y'all have any services like concierge?
We
Oh,
don't
okay.
have
I
no
was gonna say that'd
benefits
be
like
really
that.
cool too, but concierge can be annoying depending on if you
Yeah,
have a lot of traffic.
our
But
elevator don't work that well for that.
oh, gotcha. What was I
We
about
do.
to say?
What you mean like concierge at the front desk?
Yeah.
Oh, we do have that.
Oh, cool. That's really cool. That's
We have
nice.
security and we have like concierge and
It's 24 hours.
yeah. But
Oh yeah.
it's ghetto though. They be falling asleep. But can't
Well,
nobody come
as
in
somebody
like
that used to be a concierge, shout out to my girl BB. I'm not surprised.
yeah, they be
I
sleep
was
though. But I
part,
mean
part,
I
part,
don't
part,
blame
part
them.
time.
It gets a lot, but they do their job because they keep people from coming in. It's a lot of homeless people outside.
Yeah, and that's very
Um and then
necessary.
and then on top of I live on top of two different clubs. So on the weekends, it be so many people drunk. It be all
Okay.
type of food vendors
That's why I
outside
love
selling
suburbs.
food after the clubs and stuff like that. So that keeps them from like coming in. And then a lot of people use my building as like parking because you can pay to park in my building. So they be having to come in to go down to the parking garage. It's a mess. But luckily I live far up, so I don't hear too much. I just hear what is here, and then I maybe hear some down
And
like
a husky.
horns blowing or something.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
definitely think you should do that. If you can have a little system, maybe like a smart lock so people can let themselves in. I mean, you literally can have
oh for
a
sure,
money
yeah. Like
maker.
I'm
And
definitely
then the profit you make, I mean, it will just cheapen the rent that you pay at the other place. Cause I'm definitely so I don't know if anybody who's listening, there's this movement called house hacking. I won't even call it a movement. It's just something that you can do. So for example, when you buy a property, when you buy your first home, let's say you usually buy it as a primary residence, right? That just means that this is your home, your address, this is where you're gonna live. And according to those type of loan terms for primary homes, you can't rent that property out until you've lived in it for a year, and you have to move in within I think 60 days of purchasing it. Okay, cool. So what sometimes a lot of people, if they like what I'm going to do, once I find a new place to live, I'm going to rent out, maybe because I haven't decided yet, maybe rent out my condo and then move somewhere else. So whatever profit I make off of this place, it will go towards my mortgage at the new place. And when I finally decide to sell this condo, let's say it's in 10 to 15 years, I will make so much money off of selling it on top of the money I've made by somebody else living here. So anyway, that's not house hacking. I just want to talk about the primary residence thing. So when you house hack, you can pretty much have roommates. And so you can rent out a room in your own house. And so when you get a primary residence loan, you can have roommates and you can charge them rent. So something that some people don't know is you can buy a duplex or apartment, but you can get something up to 5 units as a primary residence as long as you live in one of those units. So anyway, what I'm saying is people can buy a home, let's say it's 5 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms. You can rent out that other room, collect money on it, and then basically lower your monthly costs. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
I've been thinking about doing that. But I would probably make it my primary residence, but still maybe live somewhere else. I've even thought about getting an apartment just to
Yeah.
just to figure out a way to make money. But anyway, I just been thinking about that because right now with interest rates being so high, if you buy an investment property, it's gonna be significantly more expensive than rent because of the interest alone. But you can maximize that by either doing short-term rentals, which is like Airbnb, or you can do the house hacking where you rent out a room and stuff like that. Now, obviously, you got to tread lightly with the type of people you rent out to, but I know someone who's doing that very successfully right now. And all the roommates are like-minded people. They all are in tech. They all are like, Asian. And so it's
You
just
know
like,
what's so crazy? I feel like in those environments, roommating works, like tech and
yeah, people that are
um,
especially in that because everybody's always freaking busy and you can benefit from having somebody that can code close by. But yeah, I just been thinking about
yeah.
that. So I was just saying, like, if you did something like that, you could be doing like it would be considered subletting since you don't own the place, but using
Hmm.
that place, you kind of are house hacking because you're making your money. Everybody has a shared benefit or interest in that place. But
Yeah.
yeah, I've been thinking about that. Even with my condo, I could rent out the rooms here. And I've seen it happen in this neighborhood before. It's just that you just gotta be mindful of who it is. There's definitely a different range of people, but there are some people who move here from a different state and they need to find somewhere quick. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's not uncommon. But yeah, I've definitely thought about that because I do not want to get rid of this condo, but I also want the money that I can make from selling it. So some got to shake,
Yeah.
and we're
My
not allowed to
friend,
do
my
Airbnb. So
my friend Kitty, I don't know if she purchased this because I think this is a property that you would have to. She may be renting it out. I don't know. Anywho, I visited her to do her makeup recently, and when I tell you, I was like, "This is it. This is what I want." Like I felt it. I've never walked in a place and just been like, "Oh, I could see myself living here forever or a long time," or
me either. It'd be a
I'm in
2 years
love
max for
with the
me. Here I
feeling of
am.
this. Like I feel like most of the newer apartments, they all have the same layout, they all have the same amenities, same vibe. It's no different. The houses out here be small as hell. If they're not small, they cost $2 million that I don't got. Um, and then they be far. This girl lives in Hollywood and she has like almost like a duplex. And what the fuck? Like,
It's
how did
nice.
I ain't find
I
that
want a
first?
duplex so bad, but let me tell you something. You better be ready to shell out some extra cash because all investors want a multifamily unit.
It's so nice.
Yeah, that's a.
Like
Let me tell you
even the way
something.
that she decorated it, and she's a DJ, so the way that
Mhm.
she like got her shit set up in there and like her work area, then she literally has like a sunroom, like kind of how yours is. Like
Hmm. And mine's about to come together. I got a new sofa. I'm not sure if you knew that. I got a new sofa
the
recently.
gag is, y'all probably got like the same kind of place,
Really?
but hers
Look at
is
this.
like,
My old sofa sat in the sunroom because I got you can't see it. I'm gonna send you a
oh my
picture.
god,
I got a real didn't I didn't send you the picture the other day?
nah.
Well, I got a new sofa from Crate and Barrel. It's a sofa. It took me 3 years, y'all, to find a sofa I want. Just know I found it
Listen,
at the
and
outlet.
I understand the struggle because like right now I don't hate my couch, but somebody, we ain't gonna say no names on here for a good reason, but somebody had burnt some holes in my couch from smoking
Oh, what?
some
Cigarettes?
weed.
Oh
I ain't do
no.
it.
Oh
So
no. We
now I
paying
have to like,
incidentals. Cause what?
yeah, like that shit is so annoying.
Oh my god, that would have pissed me off. Actually, I don't allow no smoking in my house. Don't play with me. Not saying that you
Well,
should,
I
but
smoke in here,
oh,
so
you
I don't
smoke. See, that's
care.
different. I don't smoke it at all. So,
Yeah, so I smoke in here, so I don't mind you smoking, but like
is there gonna be some kind of consolation prize? Like,
I don't know. They said they was gonna fix it or get it fixed, but I don't even want that couch no more. Like that,
yeah.
and so I've been wanting a cloud couch too because I don't
Don't
like
do it.
being. I don't want to confine myself to my room all the time to lay down. Like I be want to
lay on the couch sometimes. So I don't know.
No, let me tell you what you need to not do. Do not get a cloud sofa. And I'm gonna tell you two reasons why. Those they are filled with down feathers, and it literally is like having a new coat. Them feathers come out all day long, forever, for life. Okay. On top of that, they don't have a defined shape. The sofa will always look old and wrinkly. It's not gonna be as comfortable over time. And I'm just telling you that because every single person, and I know a lot of people, went and got this goddamn sofa or the version of it, because the real one is at Restoration Hardware is about $11,000, but it's not
Mm.
comfortable. Now, what you're looking for is a deep sofa, like what I have. Mine is the Gather Deep from Crate and Barrel, and it's I literally slept on my sofa the day I got in town. I've never been able to do that on no sofa I got ever in life. And it has it's upholstered without any feathers. So it's firm, and I could take the covers off and all that. But it is literally my biggest issue with finding a sofa is I wanted something deep enough to lounge on or sleep on, but everything has these feathers because it's cheaper to make and it's trendy right now. But I promise you, you do not want a cloud sofa. I'm telling you that right now.
I have the cheap version of this couch that you got. Like I have this same exact couch,
Baby,
kind of.
the gather from now there's a gather and there's a gather deep. I have the gather deep. That's the why I'm able to like lounge on it. But this is a very, very popular sofa. It's great for families, for pets. It's very comfortable. And I can reshape it. The picture I sent you is how it looked when I bought it. But I made it that pit like that. And I can continue to
Yeah,
buy
that's how I
pieces
be
and
in
build off
mine.
of it. It is literally the best sofa, and it normally costs $4,600. I got it y'all for $2,900 at the Crate and Barrel outlet. And mind you, it's low key too big for my house, but it's cheap. It was cheaper than the one that I actually wanted. So it's like, why not? You know what I'm saying? I plan on moving eventually
Yeah.
anyway. But please second guess them feathers. I'm telling you that right now, please. I don't know a single person that's happy about that purchase.
And what's so crazy is I like my couch. I do feel like I could probably just get some couch covers and just like change it up because
Can you
I do
remove the
kind of want
covers?
to
You
switch
can
it
probably
up.
add some filling to it.
I probably can't. I can remove that. You can unzip it off, but where can I get a cover for that?
You can get them. Well, two things. You can get them custom, or you can use fabric dye if you really want to make it look different. If you really got time to do all that.
No, I'm saying like so the thing that I have a burn hole on, maybe I can just buy the outside part of it. I don't know.
Yeah, the cover. So you can reach out to the manufacturer because and consider like a warranty
Oh,
claim.
okay, okay.
Or you can get it custom somewhere. But can you flip it over?
No, because it got a zip on the other side.
Oh,
It's exposed.
I see. Yeah,
Hmm.
I would reach out to the manufacturer because I actually did that for my sofa for an extra pillow, but because I got it from the outlet, it's void from any modifications. But otherwise, I could have just got it, got an extra one.
Yeah, I got mine from Wayfair, so there's that.
Oh, but Wayfair
Um,
is good though. My friend, she had an issue with one of the buttons popped off on her sofa, and they sent her a whole new sofa. So then she had two.
okay, well, maybe I'll reach out and
Just
see what they say.
try. What's
Yeah.
the hurt in that? Tell them you got just say there's a hole that appeared in one of your cushions and you wanted to know about getting a replacement or a new cover. Literally, that's all you gotta say.
Okay, I'll check it out because I knew they do bother me, but I feel like also I need another rug.
Now rug's gonna cost you, but good luck. I hear mixed
I'm
reviews
just gonna
about
get another
Ruggable.
one. How I got? I'm gonna just get literally the same rug I got, so it can be bigger. Cause I got one from IKEA and I love it, but I'm gonna have to just get a bigger one. I
Yeah,
mean,
my
get the
rug is
same.
just the right size for my sofa. I
It is.
think
That's why I was looking. I'm like, damn, I need a new
it's an
rug.
8 by 10. And honestly, it's
Okay.
low
I
key a
think that's
little
probably what I
small.
got too, but my fucking apartment's so big that I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, well, Godspeed. Just pray about it, Pooh. I'm just very blessed with
Damn.
my sofa. I love it so much. It's literally the sofa I wanted, and it was at the outlet just happened to open last week, and I've been plotting on this sofa for months. Didn't even know
Mm.
an outlet was coming. But anyway, we need to wrap this episode up. I know it didn't go along the typical layout, but I'm happy to be here. Okay, hello.
Okay, period. Me too.
What you
I'm
got going on
the
in the works? I know you talked about going to Kentucky and Houston or wherever you said you're going. Not Kentucky.
Kansas City, Houston, back to LA, then Dallas for South by Southwest.
You need you
Other
need a
than
middle of
that,
the country home.
I'm fine with where I'm at.
Ooh,
I think.
I know that's Roy. I think I'm gonna try my hand at Airbnb business. I'm just gonna get me an Airbnb property manager and just have at it. But I gotta maximize because the way these interest rates is forcing my hand to find other ways to make more money.
Period. I mess with Airbnb. I've been thinking about it too, but
Yeah, I just want to be a fair host. I see people charging these astronomical costs and I want to be realistic, but I don't want to lose no money either. So I just try to determine what my mandatory minimum is for costs and bookings and stuff like that, and then I'll just figure out the rest from there. But I do want to be
Mm,
hands off with the property.
come on, hands off.
Listen, I'm trying to retire early. I don't got time.
Um, I don't think I be thinking about that, like what I want to do with as far as retirement. But I feel like I'm gonna enjoy doing makeup for a long time, so I'm just gonna
Not until
chill.
you 70, because that's the age they're trying to raise retirement to.
Oh well, guess I'm gonna be 70 doing brows
Okay, and your back, you're
unless
gonna
I
be
find
bent
me
over
a
like a slug. A slug. Nah,
child. I'm
I'm not.
already doing that. My back been hurting so bad. I need to get a
I'm
massage.
about to go to a
That's why I keep
chiropractor.
doing this. I need to crack the top of my back.
I'm definitely gonna be
Anyway,
retiring at least before 50. That's a fact. I'm not playing. But
mm,
I'm just trying to buy a new property every year. Every Once I meet the qualifications to rent the house out, I'm gonna buy another one, rent that one out, buy another one, rent it. I'm just gonna keep doing it until all my bills paid. Right now, my HOA and my car being paid for off of one rental. So 2 more, 3 more, I won't have no bills.
I know that's right.
Hello,
Periana,
somebody.
Periana Saquana.
Anyways, all right. Let's wrap this thing up. I don't have anything going on in my life. I am looking for a new property, whether it's going to be my new home or an investment that is yet to be determined, but I know I'm buying something soon. I have accepted starting another business. I am a real estate professional. I'm gonna have a property investment company outside of my others, and I'm just trying to expand my portfolio, y'all. I'm trying to literally have a property in every state if I can help it. Um,
Listen, I know that's right, boo.
Listen, and I'm trying my best to not let this market defeat me, but buying more stuff in Atlanta is just a wrap for the price I want to pay. Like literally the least, so I don't know if I talked about this already, but so I have a property and I don't want to sell it until after I move, right? And so what basically what that means is the bank has to determine how much I qualify for without selling my current home. And so they gave me a range, which in reality is a lot of money, but it's not a lot of money in Atlanta. So
Yeah,
I can't even find anything in the area that I want with the features that I want in that price point when I easily could have a year ago, maybe even definitely 2 years ago. And even at that price point, my mortgage is gonna be like $3,500, and I just don't. I can My mortgage, y'all, minus the HOA, is $1,288 a month. So can you imagine how much money I'm throwing away just to have a house? And mind you, my condo is so big. A lot of houses don't even have this many square feet. So it just
yeah.
seems stupid. And I know I've talked about this house thing so many times, y'all. I'm just beating a dead horse, but it's just a harsh reality that I'm trying to accept. It just doesn't make sense. So I just need somebody to buy me a house so I can live in it for free.
One day they'll buy you one. Somebody will look out for you. But you know
Somebody,
what?
Lord, Lord, please. Anyway, all right, wrap this thing up. It's your girl, Alicia. Oh, I say it's your girl, Alicia. Who am I?
Lisa Bug,
Alicia Bud checking out
you
this
want to be
thing.
a rapper so bad.
Honey, I ain't got time for the industry. I ain't gonna be no plan. I'm being the Illuminati. I'm gonna sign up the first day. Olivia gonna have to talk about me.
What's today?
The ninth, Bow Wow birthday.
Um, okay. I'm sorry. Somebody sent me a text message and it made me think that I was supposed to be on my way to the airport right now.
Oh
My heart
God, what a panic! All right,
my
holla
my
at your
heart
girl.
Okay, how let y'all twirl in your plane?
No, for real. Make sure your plane ain't twirling.
For real.